The Philippines' gross domestic product or GDP growth goes to reach 6.2% in the third quarter of 2019. The surprise growth rate is higher than the previous quarter's 5.5%. The Philippine Statistics Authority on Thursday, November 7 says GDP growth for the first 3 quarters of the year averaged at 5.8%, a couple of percentage points away from the goal of 6% to 7%. GDP growth managed to recover as government expenditures picked up after the delayed passage of the 2019 national budget. Socioeconomic Planning Secretary Ernesto Pernia says the Philippines likely ranked second among emerging economies, just behind Vietnam's 7.3% and higher than China's 6%. The Philippines is also an indirect victim of the bitter trade war between the United States and China that is causing a global economic slowdown. Despite the backlash over cursing a journalist on Twitter, Foreign Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin demands an apology from an Inquirer journalist for tweeting President Rodrigo Duterte's absence at the closing ceremony of the 35th Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN Summit. Locsin says, quote, "I will apologize to the lady if she apologizes to Duterte for her slanders and that idiot newspaper vows never to slant stories about him again." Inquirer journalist Josette Enano, who was assigned to cover the ASEAN Summit in Thailand, tweeted a photo that showed Locsin sitting in for Duterte at the summit's closing ceremony. Locsin cursed her as he defended Duterte's absence at the ASEAN Summit's closing ceremony. The Philippine Daily Inquirer, along with other press groups, call out the abusive and harassing profanity. Locsin once again cursed at a journalist from the Philippine Star, who pointed out the professionalism required of public officials under the Code of Conduct for Public Officials or RA 6713. The latest social weather station survey released Wednesday says public satisfaction in the administration of President Rodrigo Duterte slips by 6 points in the third quarter of the year, but its net rating remains very good at positive 67. The SWS survey done on September 27 to 30 finds 77% of adult Filipinos were satisfied with the Duterte administration. The positive 67 rating is 6 points below the government's record-high excellent positive 73 mark in June 2019, and similar to the very good positive 66 in December 2018. Metro Manila residents gave the government its biggest boost this quarter with a 12-point jump from the previous quarter. From a very good net rating of positive 59 in June, the National Capital Region delivered an excellent positive 71 in September. The Duterte administration also maintained its excellent tally in the Visayas and Mindanao. However, SWS noted that the government skidded in Mindanao by 10 points from positive 80 in June to positive 70 in September. Out of 16 specific issues raised in the SWS survey, the Duterte government got very good marks in 3. These were in the issues of helping the poor, positive 62 net, providing information needed by the citizens to properly examine what the government is doing, positive 54, and having clear policies, positive 53. Among socioeconomic classes, the Duterte administration improved from very good to excellent in class ABC, but dipped from excellent to very good among the masa or class D and E. A 25-year-old New Zealand politician dismisses a heckler during a speech about climate change, highlighting the generation gap between herself and other members of parliament in a clip that has gone viral. Green Party MP Chloe Swarbrick uses the retort "Okay, boomer" to hit back at a fellow lawmaker heckling her while she is delivering a speech on greenhouse emissions.
Is 49 years old. Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer is used to dismiss out-of-touch, condescending, or close-minded attitudes associated with the baby boomer generation, or people born between 1946 to 1964. The retort flew over the heads of MPs in the House at the time. Swarbrick says the meme is symbolic of the collective frustration that young people feel to placing evidence in the debate and being met with dogma. Filipinos are fuming online after the poster for an animated movie about the first voyage around the world during the Spanish expedition led by Portuguese Ferdinand Magellan and concluded by the Spaniard Juan Sebastian Elcano. Slated for a January 2020 release in Philippine cinemas, the animated film features the Battle of Mactan between Lapu-Lapu and Magellan. Lapu-Lapu is remembered as the first Filipino to resist Spanish rule. Magellan died in the battle. The poster for the animated movie features Elcano front and center with Magellan behind him to his left. To his right, a woman, presumably a pre-colonial Filipino woman, stares at Elcano lovingly. Lapu-Lapu is featured in the lower half of the poster, with Spanish ships in the background. Filmmaker De Biltun is an independent production company based in Irun, a town in Basque region in Spain. In a tweet that's since gone viral, Twitter user SaturnCat, an illustrator, said, "Stop depicting colonizers as good guys." Even Panginoon, a popular parody account on Twitter, jumped in saying this film is gross. Crystal Sky Media, the local distributor of the movie, set its Twitter account to private. Its Facebook page no longer has the poster for the movie on its feed.